Picture yourself at 38 years old, standing in your kitchen on a Saturday morning. You just clicked submit on your final mortgage payment, 15 years ahead of schedule. You drained your investment accounts, cashed out stocks, and even tapped into your kids' college fund to make it happen. The house is yours. No bank owns a piece of it. You post about it on social media, and the comments flood in. Congratulations! Living the dream. Wish I could do that. But here's what nobody tells you in those congratulatory comments. You might have just made one of the costliest financial mistakes of your life. I'm Alex, and I've spent the last decade helping people understand the hidden mathematics of wealth. The stuff your financial advisor won't tell you because it doesn't feel good. Today, we're going to challenge something that feels almost sacred in American culture. The rush to pay off your home. The comfort food of finance. Let me be clear up front. I understand the appeal. Owning your home outright feels incredible. It's like financial comfort food, warm, satisfying, and deeply emotional. Your parents probably told you to pay off debt. Your grandparents certainly did. Every financial guru with a radio show has preached it. But feelings and mathematics don't always align. And when they conflict, following your feelings can cost you generational wealth. Let's start with a simple question. What is a mortgage? Really? It's a loan someone gave you at a fixed price, let's say 3.5%. That rate never changes for 30 years. Now, what else could you do with money? You could invest it in diversified index funds, historically returning around 9 to 10% annually. You could park it in treasury bonds at 4 to 5%. You could even keep it in a high-yield savings account at 4%. So you're choosing to invest in paying off a 3.5% loan when you could be earning 9%. That's not financial wisdom. That's leaving a 5.5% annual return on the table. Every single year. For decades. The prison made of brick and mortar. Here's a scenario nobody talks about. Illiquidity risk. Let's say you're 42. You've been aggressively paying down your mortgage for years. You've built up $350,000 in home equity. Your emergency fund is thin. Maybe $15,000 because you've been investing everything into the house. Then the layoffs come. Your industry contracts. Suddenly, you're unemployed with 6 months of job searching ahead of you. You've got $350,000 in wealth, but you can't access it. You try to get a home equity line of credit. The bank reviews your application. No income? Denied. Your credit score starts dropping as bills pile up. Denied again. You need to sell the house? That takes months and you'll lose 6 to 8% to commissions and fees. Meanwhile, your friend who kept their mortgage and put extra money into a taxable brokerage account, they can liquidate $50,000 in 2 business days. They have a runway. They have options. They have time. Who's actually more secure? The person with the paid-off house and $15,000 in the bank? Or the person with a mortgage and $350,000 they can access anytime? Security isn't about what you own. It's about what you can access when you need it. The silent wealth destroyer. Opportunity cost. Let me show you the real math, the math that hurts. You have an extra $800 per month. You're torn between sending it to your mortgage company or investing it. Let's run both scenarios over 25 years. Scenario A, extra mortgage payments. You shave years off your mortgage. You save approximately $95,000 in interest. You feel great about being debt-free. Scenario B, invest the $800 monthly, assuming 9% average annual returns. After 25 years, approximately $820,000, minus the $95,000 you would have saved in interest. Net advantage, $725,000. $725,000. That's not a rounding error. That's generational wealth. That's retiring 5 years early. That's your kids' college education and then some. The person who paid off their house early traded $750,000 for a feeling. Inflation, your silent partner. Here's something beautiful about fixed-rate debt that most people miss. Inflation is your ally. You borrow $400,000 in 2025. Your monthly payment is $2,200. In today's economy, that might feel substantial. But we're locking in that $2,200 payment for 30 years. Fast forward to 2045. With 3% annual inflation below the historical average, that $2,200 payment has the purchasing power of about $1,100 in today's dollars. Your salary has likely doubled or tripled. What once took 30% of your income now takes 12%. You're paying back expensive 2025 money with cheap 2045 money. The bank is losing. You're winning. But when you pay off the mortgage early, you're robbing yourself of this advantage. You're paying back with today's valuable dollars instead of tomorrow's inflated currency. The discipline paradox. Here's a psychological twist most people don't consider. Keeping your mortgage actually enforces better financial behavior. When you have a $2,200 monthly obligation, you budget around it. You maintain discipline. You can't easily inflate your lifestyle because the mortgage anchors your spending. But what happens when you pay off the house? Suddenly, you have an extra $2,200 per month. Do most people invest it? No. They upgrade. Nicer cars. Better vacations. Renovations they didn't need. The lifestyle creep absorbs the surplus. The mortgage, ironically, was protecting you from yourself. Asset protection, the invisible shield. Here's something attorneys know that most people don't. A heavily mortgaged house is a protected house. If you own your home free and clear, you have a giant target painted on your back for lawsuits. That equity is exposed. Creditors can place liens. Judgments can attach to your property. But if your house has a $450,000 mortgage and is worth $500,000, there's only $50,000 in equity, and in many states that's protected by homestead exemptions. You look poor on paper while your real assets sit safely in brokerage accounts, retirement funds, and other protected vehicles. The wealthy understand this instinctively. They use strategic debt as a form of armor. When should you actually pay it off? I'm not saying never pay off your mortgage. There are legitimate scenarios. High interest environment. If your rate is 7 to 8% or higher, paying it down starts making mathematical sense. Behavioral concerns. If you genuinely lack discipline and would waste the money instead of investing it, the forced savings of mortgage payments might be your best option. Near retirement with sufficient assets. If you're 65, have $2 million in investments, and your mortgage makes you anxious, paying it off might buy you peace of mind worth more than the mathematical advantage. But for most people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s with mortgage rates below 5%, paying it off early is leaving massive wealth on the table. Your action plan. Starting today, here's what I want you to do. Stop sending extra principal payments. Take that money and redirect it to a separate investment account. Keep it completely separate from your checking account. Automate monthly transfers into a diversified index fund. Don't touch it. Let it compound. In 5 years, compare the balance to the interest you would have saved. The difference will shock you. More importantly, you'll have built a fortress of accessible wealth. If crisis strikes, job loss, medical emergency, market opportunity, you have ammunition. You have options. The person with the paid-off house and empty bank account has neither. Final thought. Financial security isn't about eliminating debt. It's about building options, maintaining flexibility, and leveraging the mathematical advantages available to you. Your mortgage at 3.5% might be the best financial tool you'll ever have access to. It's cheap money, locked in for decades, that allows you to deploy capital at higher returns elsewhere. Destroying that tool because debt makes you uncomfortable is like throwing away a winning lottery ticket because you don't like gambling. Stop optimizing for what feels good. Start optimizing for what actually builds wealth. If this shifted your perspective, share it with someone still throwing extra money at their mortgage. Help them see what they're really giving up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.